Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Dhanusha. I chat about self-care for millennial women who are 9-to-5ers, have content creators or have side hustles. If you're new to my channel and if you're looking for self-care, you come to the right place. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I'm going to be chatting about the benefits of yoga. I've been doing yoga for about 3 months now consistently, and I really found it helpful for me. So if you want to know why I love yoga and why I think you should try it, then definitely just keep watching. I know I've been missing shout out of the week, so I'm going to get into that right now before I forget. Okay, so last week's video was the 6 dimensions of self-care, and the shout out of the week goes out to Rishvana Naidu. She says really learned a lot from this video. Thank you so much for commenting on this week's video. If you want to be shouted out in my next week's video, then just comment on this one and I might shout you out. So yoga is actually an ancient practice from northern India from more than 5,000 years ago. It's originally started, of course, by Indians, and it was first mentioned in the Rit Veda. So it's been around for a long time, and there's quite a good reason for that because it does have many benefits. And nowadays you might think like it's quite commercialized and it is very westernized, and you see namaste everywhere. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it actually is a great practice, and what I love about it is that it harmonizes mind, body and soul. What I love about it is that it's a practice that harmonizes mind, body and soul. So what that means is that it encompasses mental self-care, physical self-care and emotional self-care. So for me, I feel like it's killing 3 birds with 1 stone. And if you watch last week's video, you understand the importance of prioritizing the different dimensions of self-care. So with yoga, I feel like it's covering a few of the dimensions and it's very helpful. So I originally learned yoga or started practicing the asanas, which are the poses, when I was a child. My aunt and some of my dad's family, you did yoga, and that's how I first learned it. As a child, you're not really taught the benefits of it usually. As with most things, you don't realize how important or how beneficial some things are. And thereafter, I did it here and there throughout my life, but never consistently. Last year during lockdown, I wanted to do some yoga, so I bought a yoga mat. As soon as the hard lockdown first started, which if you're not in South Africa, that started around March last year, April. I think around April is when I got my yoga mat. And what I was doing is actually watching Yoga by Adrienne. I don't know if you've checked out her channel. If you haven't, I'll put it in the description. And I found it really helpful. It really helps with stress and anxiety and just being able to be more relaxed. During the pandemic, it was quite stressful, and I thought Yoga by Adrienne is actually quite good. So if you're looking for something that's free, definitely check out. So with me, it's really hard to get your yoga mat or get me to do any kind of exercise. Besides walking and running and hiking, there isn't really much that I love doing. So I thought that yoga was something that I could do more consistently. And then this year, so I have been doing it off and on, and then this year a yoga class, the yoga instructors reached out to me and they offered me to join their classes. So I started the end of February, beginning of March, I want to say, and I actually talked about it on my Instagram. I actually spoke to the instructor, so you can go and check that out. And I actually talked about it on my Instagram already, so if you've seen it or you haven't seen it, go and check it out. And what I found is having a class and having consistent times, doing it, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. You can choose from any of those slots. So I was doing it usually on a Monday and Thursday, sometimes a Thursday and Saturday. There have been some weeks where I haven't joined, but most of the time I do join at least once a week. I find it to be, you have a little bit more accountability when you join a class. So this video is not sponsored or anything. I do have a discount code, so if you guys want to join them, I'll leave it all in the description. I don't earn anything from that, but they were kind enough to give me a discount code so that you guys can join, and the first week of classes are free. So anyway, let me get into what are the benefits of yoga. I've actually made a list of the benefits because I feel as though we don't really talk much about it. People are a little bit reluctant when you talk about yoga and meditation. I don't know why. There's a sense of it's very woohoo, or yeah, it's like not like as common as like going to the gym, for example. And I'm not saying it should be as common, I'm just saying that it's not as talked about, and I think that it's really beneficial. I wouldn't be making this video if it wasn't. So yoga actually helps improve your strength. Naturally, it is an exercise, so it does help with your strength, with your joint health, with your muscle tone as well, and it helps with your balance because it's a lot of poses. But I want to emphasize that it's not about doing the poses, it's also about controlling your breathing. It's about practice and being disciplined and bringing that relaxation to you. It helps with flexibility, yes, because it's a lot of poses and it's quite hectic actually. It can be very difficult. And it also helps with back pain relief. So I found that I always get this neck tension here on the shoulder, specifically my left shoulder. I am left-handed, and it gets so bad that I need to go to a chiropractor. But the more I've been doing yoga, the better I felt, and it's helped just relieve that tension on my back. And I know that it's done that because when I don't do it, then the tension builds up again, which I thought was crazy because I never knew that it could help. But my chiropractor actually has said that before, that Pilates and yoga together will help build your core, and building your core will, or can, if you have the same issue as me, it can help you with your back. And then the other thing is that it helps with the symptoms of arthritis. So if you do suffer from arthritis, that can help you. It has benefits for your heart health as well. And then the one thing that really helped me is the sleep. It really does help you sleep better and have a better, more like a deeper sleep. I found this when I usually do it at night. So all the classes are online, and besides the Saturday classes, all the classes I've been attending have been at night. So I found that when I do it and I go to sleep, I actually have a much better, more relaxed sleep. And also it helps the effect of helping me eat better. So I have mentioned this before, that I do sometimes emotionally eat, and sometimes I just go off the wagon because I emotionally eat. So yeah, so when I do yoga, I feel like eating better because you exercising and getting your body moving, and it's a nice relaxation eating. So when you eat better, then you feel better, and overall you're just doing better. And then the other thing is you find that you have increased energy, and I am somebody that has problems with energy. I've always had problems with energy, and I don't know if it was because I was anemic growing up, and B12 because, a lack of B12 because I am vegetarian, but I do supplement those things. But I do find with yoga, you feel like you have much more energy after you do it. So I definitely recommend it if you're somebody who struggles with energy. And yeah, so the overall benefits of yoga is that it's fostering harmony in the mind, body, and soul. So it's working with all three things, and that's what I think is the great part about it, is that if you feel like you're out of balance, you're lacking energy, you're stressed, you're frustrated, it really helps with all those things. The main types of yoga that I've been doing is the Hatha yoga, which is a gentle form of yoga. It's basically a flow that is more mindful. It includes a lot of breath work. It does have poses, but more breath work and gentle poses, I would say. So if you're starting off, definitely check out for Hatha yoga, gentle yoga, something that you can get into. And if you don't get the poses, which I've talked about, like I don't still do the poses right, and it's not about the poses, it's about the practice, it's about the journey. And yeah, so if you don't get it right, then just keep on practicing. And then there's also power yoga. There's many different types of yoga. There's also power yoga, which I thought is a good exercise, that even if you don't do much like aerobic exercise or cardio, this can be a form of that, because I felt like it's quite strenuous. So you actually like start sweating and you feel like you've worked out properly. So I do think that's an option if you want to feel like you're doing something a little bit more challenging. But yeah, there's many different types of yoga, so definitely check out the different types, because there might be something that works for you that, you know, I maybe even haven't tried yet. But yeah, so the first month, I just wanted to like give you a review of it. The first month, I really struggled. I really struggled because I hadn't been moving like that in a long time, and I think I was out of the poses. I didn't even know the poses anymore properly, like, you know, I didn't know the names and that kind of thing. But I do enjoy the classes because the Monday class especially takes you through it, and it's a bit slower, so you can catch up, and the more often you do it, the better you get at it. and the more relaxed you feel and the better you feel the benefits. Like with anything in life, if you don't do it over and over again, or you don't do it often enough, it's not going to benefit you as much as it will if you did it often, right? So like if you want to be hydrated and have good skin, you got to drink water every day, and that's the same thing that applies to yoga. The second month got a lot better. I already felt like so much more flexible, and I was doing so much better. I was doing more breathing exercises, and I was doing different poses, and yeah, I think with practice it got a bit better. But the third month I had skipped 1 or 2 weeks in between, so I thought that I kind of went backwards because I skipped, and now I realize that skipping is not the best thing to do, because you just kind of get into a routine, and you get to a level of your practice, and when you skip, then you kind of fall back. But it's okay, because sometimes weeks are just too busy that you can't do it. But like I said, giving yourself that grace and allowing yourself to try it and not judge yourself by how well you do it or how well you think you should be doing it, that's how you can get through it. And I think for me, somebody who doesn't like going to the gym, somebody who doesn't like doing other exercises, this is the perfect thing for me, because you can take it at your own pace. It includes mindfulness, which is a stress relief for me, and for everybody mindfulness is a stress relief. So I feel like it really does have many benefits that is really good. So yeah, if you want to check out Satya Yoga Wellness is the class that I was attending. You can check my discount code, you get 20% off with that. This video is not sponsored, but I did want to do it because I think that many people are interested in doing yoga and they're just afraid to try it. So don't be afraid. I think just try it, and if you feel like it's something you enjoy, then go ahead with it and don't judge yourself. I love these teachers because they're so helpful and they don't judge you, and even they themselves, when they are struggling with some poses, they allow themselves grace. And I think that's what you need with yoga, is that you're not going to be perfect, you're not going to have the correct poses all the time, and you need instructors that allow you to make mistakes. And that's what they do, and they explain things. They even check on you after classes to see how you're doing and how you thought the class was. So yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Joining that class has really taught me a lot. And yeah, I think the major benefits for me with sleep, having a better, more relaxed sleep, and being less anxious, being less stressed, and getting that movement and flow and flexibility, I think it's fabulous. So if you miss the classes, then they also record it so they can send it to you as well, which is great, and they're super affordable. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do yoga in the comments. I'd love to engage with you. Let me know if you have tips as well. Don't forget to share this with somebody you think will love it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.